Well, thank you for joining us for KBOI2 News Midday. I'm Brian Moore. Here's our top 11 stories at 11. The A-10, which has been flying at Gowen for about 20 years now, is on borrowed time. The Air Force says it doesn't serve its modern-day mission. Today, Air Force Secretary Deborah Lee James toured the Air Guard base at Gowen Field. No major decision was announced this morning, though. In a few minutes, we'll take a look at what's on the line for Boise if Gowen goes away. And inmate escape caught on video. This cleaning woman got the scare of her life when 48-year-old Roy Bielik decided to make a run for it. He was on cleaning duty Tuesday night when he was able to break through a panel in a cleaning closet in a secure part of the jail. Bielik then made his way through a crawl space in the ceiling before gaining access to a cleaning closet in the jail lobby. He then ran out, grabbing an employee's purse on the way out.
One guard on duty when he escaped.
Yeah, we had one guard and we had one brand new trainee.
Now that does not meet standards from the Idaho Sheriff's Association, which states that at least 2 guards should be on duty at all times. A nationwide arrest warrant has been issued for Bielik. CenturyLink has announced it will not shut down broadband service to Idaho schools this weekend. CenturyLink had demanded payment for past due services by February 22nd from the state, but since the state contract had been judged to be illegal and they had not been paid, CenturyLink says it hopes to work with state leaders to continue services. Bronco redshirt junior Rick Smith is in a California hospital battling head trauma. According to the Press-Telegram in California, Smith and a BSU teammate were boxing in a friendly way back on February 9th. Smith turned to walk away and the teammate allegedly struck him in the back of the head, knocking him into a locker. Smith reportedly then collapsed. No charges have been filed at this point. Add the 4 words advocates showed up at the State House this morning to make a statement. A handful of silent protesters stood outside the Senate and House chambers as lawmakers arrived to work this morning. They told KBOI2 News they're disappointed a proposed bill that would add sexual orientation and gender identity to Idaho's Human Rights Act was turned down earlier this year.
Gretchen Bates is standing in front of the House chambers right now. She's from Twin Falls. Her best friend's son and transgender partner jumped from the Pine Bridge there. They faced so much despair and such a desire to escape from what they faced.
Dozens of stories like these were told in a public hearing back in January. LaFavor says she doesn't want to see any more people face mistreatment in Idaho. The former financial aid director at North Idaho College is facing felony charges after police say he offered scholarship money that belonged to the school to students in exchange for sex. He is 36-year-old Joseph Becken. He's now accused of misusing public funds and soliciting prostitution. Police say they busted Becken in a Craigslist sting. A superbug outbreak has been traced back to a single medical instrument. It's called a duodenoscope. It's a medical probe to look for pancreatic and colon cancers. Nearly 180 patients have been exposed to the superbug at UCLA's Ronald Reagan Medical Center. And officials say the bug could be a factor in 2 patients' deaths. The trial of the Colorado theater shooter James Holmes could start early. The judge says jury selection is moving along quicker than expected, so that trial could actually get going in May. Holmes is accused of killing 12 people and injuring 70 others in the July 2012 attack. His attorneys say he did it, but was having a psychotic episode. And we have a traffic alert for drivers. A section of Warm Springs Avenue is closing for construction. The closure between Park Center Boulevard and Eckert Road will last for about 5 months. Crews will improve the road, adding roundabouts. Work will begin this coming Monday. And the State Board of Education is meeting today to discuss a proposed new basketball arena for the University of Idaho. Proponents of the new arena have been pushing for its creation for decades. The school estimates the new facility would cost about $30 million to build. And frigid Arctic air has a grip on a huge swath of the country stretching from the upper Midwest over to the Northeast and down actually to the deep South. In some places, sub-zero temps are paralyzing millions of people shutting down schools, causing hundreds of accidents. In Florida, citrus growers down there, they're actually worried about their oranges freezing.